I can't get enough of you. Subscribe, like, and share. Hee-wook smiled with satisfaction when he saw the missed call from So-eun. Last Saturday, Hee-wook had fought with So-eun but wasn't too worried. Knowing So-eun to be so naive and ridiculously devoted to him, he was certain she would apologize first. So, he had relaxed, but as the days went by with no contact from her, he grew puzzled. He needed her to take care of his mother again over the weekend, as the family had struggled without her the previous Sunday. As time passed, he grew increasingly anxious. Yesterday, unable to wait any longer, Hee-wook finally reached out to her. However, So-eun didn't respond. Even after sending a text message, there was no reply for hours, making him angry enough to call, but So-eun ignored that too. Frustrated, Hee-wook went drinking with a friend, and during that time, So-eun called him back. He didn't answer her call immediately either, given the noisy bar and his lingering resentment towards her. Now, just as he decided to call her back, So-eun's call came in. He answered with a heavy tone. "It's me." "Yeah, I know. Speak quickly, I'm busy." "You were the one who called me first. I already sent you a message." "What message?" "I didn't get anything." Sigh. Han So-eun. How do you think you can lie to a lawyer? No, really, I didn't get any message. Seriously. Are you saying someone secretly messed with your phone and deliberately deleted my message? So-eun's voice faltered. Hee-wook's heart sank. Was there really someone deleting his messages? Hey, Han So-eun, didn't I tell you to lock your phone properly? It is locked. It's just that the pattern is L. If anyone read their conversation history and found out what Hee-wook had taken from So-eun, he could become the worst villain ever. Especially if they discovered how many times he persuaded her during the organ donation review process. No, getting angry wouldn't help. He should just buy her a new phone. That would be better. Feeling it was necessary to meet her quickly, Hee-wook apologized first. Sorry, I was too harsh on Saturday. No, I was too sensitive too. Relieved, Hee-wook let out a sigh of relief. All right, let's resolve our misunderstandings and get along. Let's catch up on our missed date this weekend. Okay, also, Appa, we need to prepare for the wedding too. If we start now, we might make it by the end of the year. But that's a bit much. My mom is still in the hospital. We can't be happily planning a wedding now. But we need to reserve a wedding hall early. So-eun, are we going to reserve a wedding hall without my parents' approval? I know you're in a hurry, but don't be too upset. Things will get better soon. All right. It's not about feeling bad, right? I'll look into wedding planners, okay? Hee-wook tried to placate her with empty promises, but So-eun's lack of enthusiasm was evident. I'll get a wedding planner, and we can have a consultation. Let's have our date this weekend at a hotel buffet. How about that? Okay, sounds good. Though So-eun responded reluctantly, she agreed nonetheless. The unexpected wedding talk had put Hee-wook on edge, but now he could relax a bit. I have some things to do now. Rest well today. I'll call you later. Han So-eun was indeed too pretty to easily let go. Despite using his mother's surgery as an excuse, Hee-wook genuinely wanted to be intimate with So-eun. She had a beautiful body, and he was eager to fully appreciate her curves, which he had only glimpsed from afar. In terms of appearance, Han So-eun was much more attractive than Choi Henji. Unless someone like Choi Hyun-ji threw herself at him, he figured he could enjoy being with So-eun. He planned to arrange a date soon and take her to a hotel. With 2 months since her surgery, it was about time to make a move. He was curious about how a beautiful, obedient woman would be in bed. He planned to try everything with her. Anticipating the day he would finally be with So-eun, Hee-wook hung up, licking his lips. Oh geez. After ending the call and turning his head, Hee-wook was startled. There was Henji, her eyes filled with tears, looking sorrowful. She seemed so jealous that she couldn't stand it. Choi lawyer, you should make your presence known. I did. You just didn't hear it. Oh, really? Was that So-eun? Hyun-ji asked with a tearful voice. She seemed very serious and full of complaints, making Hee-wook feel bewildered. You were so engrossed in talking to So-eun that you didn't even notice I came in? Sorry. You can't see the door well from here. Actually, that time at the bar. At Omotesando Hills. Her face flushed as if she had been drinking. Hyun-ji spoke with determination. It wasn't a slip of the tongue. I called you Appa because I wanted to. I like you, Appa. That's why I'm so jealous of So-eun. It was an unexpected confession. I've been giving you so many hints. You can't say you didn't notice. Why else would I put everything aside and visit your mother? Hee-wook's heart pounded like that of a boy experiencing his first love. Still, I tried not to hate So-eun. That's why I invited her to our gathering and sent her a bouquet the next day as a gift. But it's too hard now. I can't do it anymore. While Hyun-ji seemed deeply serious, Hee-wook couldn't help but feel delighted. It was thrilling. Choi Hyun-ji liked him. The queen of Yeoljia law firm, Choi Hyun-ji. He felt like the winner who had gained the world. Even though he had a girlfriend, she liked him. This must be what people mean when they say good things come unexpectedly. Honestly, I don't understand why you're with So-eun. You deserve much better. You were struggling yesterday because you couldn't reach her. If it were me, I wouldn't make things so hard for you. Unlike Hee-wook's soaring mood, Hyun-ji's tears streaming down her face. I'm sorry for startling you. It was a chance. An opportunity he couldn't afford to miss. On impulse, Hee-wook reached out and grabbed Hyun-ji's arm. Pulling firmly, he drew her into his arms. She fit snugly, smaller than So-eun, and he found her adorable. In his arms, Hyun-ji, like a kitten or puppy, nuzzled her face against him. Can you hear my heartbeat? This is my heart. Hee-wook whispered softly, with a smile. It was the same line he had used to woo So-eun. If what you just said is true, I want you to know that I feel the same. Hyun-ji, who had been helplessly pulled into his arms, now held him tightly. Idiot among idiots, fool among fools, Han So-eun. Last night, Taejun had no qualms about making Han So-eun realize this. He felt no guilt. Yet, throughout the workday, he couldn't shake the image of Han So-eun's tear-filled eyes. He found himself thinking about her foolishly swallowing her emotions. Feeling pathetic, Taejun was annoyed by the memories. After a frustrating workday, it was now 6 p.m. Chief Han, are you here? Hello, Miss Secretary. So-eun's voice came from outside the office. The director is in his office, so knock and go in. Yes, thank you. He had clearly heard her voice outside. Her voice, a tone lower when addressing manager Song Moon-kyung, for some reason, annoyed Taejun, though he didn't show it. A knock sounded, and So-eun entered. Mr. CEO, hello. What do you need? Busy with his work, Taejun didn't even look at her as he responded. I have a question about the future service team's work. Do you have a task for the future service team today? Wait at your desk. I'll give you one. As always, she replied with, yes, I understand. And turned to leave, but then she approached again. Director, you were in front of me yesterday when I was dozing off in the office. Did you touch my phone then? Taejun moved his gaze from the monitor to So-eun. No, he answered firmly, and So-eun blinked. What's the matter? Nothing. I just thought I'd ask. He could lie without batting an eye. Watching her embarrassedly purse her lips made him smile, though he hid it well. I'm sure she must have noticed it yesterday, but no matter how much she tries, there's no way for her to know that I did it. He internally called her fool, and with a gesture indicated she should leave if she had no further business. Yet So-eun didn't move. Do you have more to say? Wanted to thank you for yesterday, Mr. CEO. For what? Thank you for driving me home. And your words yesterday made me snap out of it. So she had left nearly in tears yesterday, and today she was grateful. Tae-jun raised an eyebrow. Thanks to you, I was able to reconcile with my boyfriend. I've decided to take better care of myself and make sure I'm respected in our relationship. Thank you. She spoke with a smile, which made Tae-jun feel strange. Her smile seemed to be mocking him, like a stubborn child deliberately disobeying. Indeed, that was the message So-eun had wanted to convey. She wanted to tell him to mind his own business and focus on his affairs. It was her way of getting back at him. After So-eun left with a triumphant smile, Tae-jun thought for a moment. The brazen remarks she had made out of the blue made him laugh. Her unexpected and interesting response brought a glint to his eyes. She had been so cheeky. He couldn't just let it go. He would have to repay her in kind. Tae-jun picked up his phone and called Hee-wook. Lawyer Young. Director, how have you been? Can we talk? Yes, go ahead. Young Hee-wook's eager tone, willing to do anything Tae-jun asked, sounded pathetic. I'm sending you the first list of overseas recruits. I won't be able to make it, but can you go on a business trip to Japan this weekend? It should only take one night, and it'd be best to take lawyer Choi Henji with you. The expenses and a handsome success fee will be provided. Oh yes, I'm available. I'll discuss it with lawyer Choi and get back to you. As expected, Young Hee-wook eagerly took the bait. All right, let me know. Tae-jun, having smoothly resolved his task, hung up the phone, thinking that it was time to inform the future services team of their first mission. Tae-jun retrieved a stack of documents from the records room. So-eun's jaw dropped as if it were about to fall off. The stack of paper documents on the table was taller than half her height, arranged in 2 rows. Tae-jun handed her a USB stick containing an Excel file with records of mobile phone after-sales service parts for the past 3 years. You need to verify that these ledgers match the Excel records. Every single one. Could these be different? Isn't this just a printout of the Excel file? Director, these look like they're just printed directly from the Excel file. Do you think I'm giving you pointless work just to make you earn some overtime pay? Yes. So-eun silently protested, believing this to be true without a doubt. Check May 27th from 1 year ago. At Tae-jun's direction, So-eun opened the Excel file from a year ago with a disinterested expression. It took quite a while to compare each entry one by one. What the? She confirmed with her own eyes that there were discrepancies between the computer records and the documents. She couldn't understand why this was happening. Now check July 15th from a year ago. Again, discrepancies were found between the computer records and the documents. That's what you need to find. Understood. Realizing the truth, So-eun felt darkness closing in on her vision. I asked if you understood. I understand. What choice did she have? If she didn't want to get fired, she had to do it. So-eun responded reluctantly. He gave the orders, so it would be nice if he just left now. Let's call it a day and go eat. His sudden suggestion made the muscles in her cheeks twitch. What? Just the 2 of us. Don't you want to? Yes, I don't. She wanted to say honestly, but instead, she chose her words carefully. Can't we just finish work now and eat at home? Why? Do you have plans? No. I just want to finish work quickly. It'll take 2 weeks to finish all this. Are you planning to not eat for 2 weeks and live at the office? Whether you like it or not, let's go. We need a launch ceremony since the team has been established. A launch ceremony for a team with just 1 member? This guy had a knack for tormenting people. What kind of cruel words is he going to say today to make me cry? Just imagining it made her knees weak. Is it uncomfortable to eat with me? Isn't it obvious? Oh, damn it. I've only been here for a short time, so there's a lot I don't know. I don't have anyone to eat with. No matter how much you try to look pitiful, I don't feel sorry for you at all. If you don't have anyone to eat with, then eat alone. Life is inherently lonely. While So-eun's face turned red from silent screaming, he started walking ahead. Every step he took seemed to emit a gentle classical melody. Her heart was pounding hard, and she wanted to run away, but he moved gracefully on his own. They soon reached the parking lot. There was no driver today, meaning Taejun would drive. So-eun had to sit beside him on pins and needles. I hate this, I really do. I wonder what he is going randomly say today. There's no other way to predict his actions. He's crazy, a cold and lonely crazy man. Do you like beef? He asked as he started the car. Beef made So-eun think of a popular barbecue restaurant they often went to for company dinners. It was the most famous and delicious place around, and she liked it. But they grill the meat there. Despite her mouth watering, beef was out of the question. It would take too long. So-eun bravely gave her opinion. No, I don't like it much. You talked a lot about meat when you were drunk. I wasn't in my right mind then. What kind of food do you like? Can I choose? I like fast food. Not that. I want past, excluding that. Kimbap. Kimbap neither. Then why did he ask me in the first place? Do you like Japanese food? Feeling frustrated, she glared at him with the whites of her eyes. She remembered the eel rice bowl he gave her a few days ago. It seemed much better than grilling meat, so she answered immediately. The distinguished director gave her an elegant smile. That smile scared So-eun, making her heart pound harder. The car was silent. So-eun didn't mind the silence. In fact, she liked it. It was better than getting into an argument. But he didn't say much yesterday while driving either. The fear of when this silence would break and his scathing remarks would start kept So-eun on edge. Come to think of it, this was the third time she had ridden in Kim Taejun's car. The first time was when he offered to give her a ride to meet Hee-wook, but she ended up being abandoned halfway. The second time, he drove her home, but she was subjected to personal attacks in front of her house. Now it was the third time. She reluctantly got in the car this time too. But what would happen now? Is he going to make me catch our food and then leave by himself? Let's think of the worst case scenario. If I expect the worst, anything else will be better. So-eun imagined Taejun throwing off his mask and revealing his true insane self. The thought made her smile a little as the imaginary Taejun had amusing expressions unlike his usual serious demeanor. Taejun glanced at her a couple of times. The car soon arrived at their destination. So-eun thought it would be the place where she received the packaged eel rice bowl, but it was somewhere she had never been. Seeing the elegant exterior of the restaurant, So-eun recalled what Taejun had said at the office. Did he really bring me here because he has no one else to eat with? Still, if he's hungry, why not eat alone? Why bother his subordinate? Tonkatsu 28,000, cold soba 18,000, udon 17,000, tamago sushi 2 PC 6,000. Adding 2 zeros wasn't that hard, but the expensive prices with hidden zeros killed So-eun's appetite. The cheapest item was a 2-piece tamago sushi set for 6,000 won. A 10-piece set was 25,000 won. Since it didn't seem like he would make his subordinate pay, So-eun decided to go for the safe option. I'll have the udon. This place is known for its sushi. I'd like to eat it, but I haven't had raw food since my surgery. I don't think I can afford to order it. I don't like sushi. Then I chose the wrong place. It's fine. I like udon. I'll remember that. Taejun nodded. As her colleague Park Bobi had said, Kim Taejun's tone was quite gentle. After a while, Taejun ordered from the staff. 2 udon, please. but it felt like a superficial kind of gentleness, like he was responding appropriately because it was polite to do so. It felt like talking to an AI. Therefore, depending on the situation, his responses could easily be perceived as sarcastic. She wanted to give him such advice, but So-eun only had one life, so she couldn't say anything. Mr. CEO, I didn't want to eat 2 bowls of udon. I ordered one for myself. How lonely must he be to match his meal choices to someone just for their company? He was an inscrutable person. Yesterday, he had been so harsh, but today, he acted as if nothing had happened and was calm. But maybe she understood him a little. No wonder he has no friends if he's so inconsistent. Feeling a bit sorry for him made So-eun feel more compassionate. She felt she could match his mood as much as he did hers. So-eun was naturally a kind person. What is happening with her? She has been smiling and tearing up. What's wrong? It's nothing. You look so happy, So-eun. I can't wait to see you when Sunday comes.